Okay, so court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defence will be able to present decisive evidence. We'll try our best. Oh, and we still have the photo, which is good. Very good. Okay, so today I will call on people present in Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Okay, so we're going to hear testimony from the producer. We're going straight in with the potential killer. Okay, so on the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. Right, so apparently clarifying stuff is needless banter to her. So maybe we just get straight to the point then. Okay, so let's hear her testimony. Hey, the day of the murder. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so I went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you. The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk with that monkey's head toppling over. Okay. I could already see how this is working out. They moved the dead body in the van. But who redressed him in the evil magistrate costume? Okay, so none of this seems suspicious so far. But this is suspicious. Because where's the bones? From the steak. What did they eat then? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will. So, they ate at the table outside the trailer. Yet, there were no bones left on the plates. Their plates were bare. What does that matter? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? Well, you didn't eat steak. You took your steak and threw it somewhere like that incinerator. Why? Well, she was clearly meeting with the Steel Samurai. Or maybe she's doing both of those things, to be fair. What a waste of a good steak, if they did throw it in the incinerator. So, as she left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Isn't that a little presumptuous? Yeah. Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it. Yes. Fascinating. And here, I was worried that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let's have a battle of wits, you and I. Okay. Let's see. What was the murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Okay, well, let's just say you couldn't. However, that has no bearing on this case. Yeah, the spear was broken anyway. Ah, okay, here we go. The spear was not the murder weapon. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was a security lady. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Yeah, he's right. I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard. Edgeworth isn't muted at all. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear wasn't the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Probably the same way the other guy was killed. So if I show the picture of that person killed, he got skewered. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. What is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a closely kept secret at the studio. How do you just hide as well that someone died? Surely, like, he has a family, the person who died, was, like, known to people? Like, how do you just say he up and disappeared one day? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in the photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? Are you saying yes? What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 PM on the day of the murder. Dee meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, died in the same way he caused another man to die. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing stuff. You deny what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? Yeah, the break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:15. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Well, she had another way. They hid the body in the van. And she probably got Sal to help. Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry the body. Let's hear it then. I mean, it's a big van as well. Yeah, use the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. It was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a man there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Don't forget, it was Sal that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manila was a... Yes, he did conspire with her. He was a co-conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way that the producer could have done that alone. No. Not the petite stature of the woman D. And they got rid of the costume because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. So, what happens next? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? I just said that. Wait, so you mean it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? This is very confusing. Who can say? Are you sure I did, Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. She's right. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. Get to testify again. It's the only legal way. Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before, the truth. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said again? What would happen? Not a lot. You'd answer the same questions, get the same answers, a waste of time. Maybe she needs to testify about a different part of the day. Oh, headwork. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honour. I didn't. I see very well. Oh. I request that the witness testifies again. You're the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honour? I didn't see why we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edward, I choose some little point in making her repeat herself. What exactly do you want to hear and want her to testify about? Indeed, verily. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. Hey, yeah, see, I was thinking it would have been like after the meeting or something. Because there is like an hour or something between when they supposedly finished their meeting and then find the body, but they say they went straight to Studio 1. So surely they would have found the body at 4, not 5. So, but let's see what they say. You probably realised that she did it too. Wasn't he the one who said he always gets a guilty verdict? Well, he's not after a guilty verdict, he's after the truth. He knows that to be the best. I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police and Powers showed up. The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. That's weird. So, they were going to Studio 1 for the rehearsal, but she didn't take the script or the direction notes. I'm gonna press her on that because that's just weird. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. I'll press her harder because why didn't you take them initially? I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? But you wouldn't have known there was a murder if you found the body at Studio 1. You would have come with all your stuff, found the body, and then been like, well, no rehearsal. I'm guessing Edward's going to be the one to point this out. I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Think. She said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Mr. Edgeworth. What you've just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Why you think you're changing of a career change to defence? I appreciate the concern, Your Honour. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Do you have any explanation? So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defence. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfect good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. I knew that Hammer was injured, and so... Oh, didn't mean to click past that. Let me see what she said. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. But Hammer wasn't injured. It was Powers who was injured. Is it because of this? You knew Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. That's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending. One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why do you think that it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? Ray said, it was Sal who told me. That's why he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manila was at the run-through that morning. He would have known that it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Because you saw the person in the costume limping. When he was doing this, well, it could have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. You met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping, and Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai costume. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who'd been injured. So he was limping in the costume. They ripped off his mask and realised it was Hammer, and she thought that meant Hammer was injured. Is what I'm thinking. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. Had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it's unclear to the court. I mean, I don't think she had a motive. But maybe the motive was this. Or maybe that's how she knew to kill, or how she could kill him. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case is currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, Dee, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if... Oh, right, okay. He'd gone to go and kill Dee, dressed as a steel samurai, so that Will Powers would take the fall for Dee's death. And he was aiming to do what she did to him, which was to push her over the railings. I would have no reason to kill Mr. Hammer. He was as good a source of income for me. I never get rid of a useful men. It's a policy of mine. Yeah, she had no motive. She was just self-defense, I guess. It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. Yeah, there you go. She pushed him off the stairs in self-defense. It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill the producer. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee, who had cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So you did it. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel. Miss Viquez, please try to remain calm. It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... Well, seems like she might have had a soft spot for the person who died 5 years ago. Maybe a lover? Who knows? It appears you brought about yet another miracle. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. But if it went any other way, they would have just found Will Powers guilty, but He is not guilty. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Mr. Macrez. But to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad, yeah. It's pretty bad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Probably because he got to play, like, Will Powers got to play the hero, and he wanted to be the hero. Because you were the Steel Samurai. Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show and as a villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. Yeah, I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. Oh. So he's a nice guy. He said he would have played the villain. I'm just glad it's all over. Yeah, so am I. Congratulations, WP. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sway costume. Oh, he doesn't know. The show has ended. There's something wrong. Nick, Edgeworth. Oh, it is Edgeworth. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. No, I really want to thank you. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Me again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. Oh, that's not very nice. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What, friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals. Right, Nick? Now we are. I guess. Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick. Tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing the accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. Oh, they went ahead with the Pink Princess. This is it. The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right? I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? You have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the... Oh my god, they're gonna have Will Powers play the Pink Princess? I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. That'd be terrifying. Thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed the content, remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!